welcome to another episode of Titan PITV, where we're looking at the inside workings of a live operational investigation agency, that being Titan, today at our Nottingham office. And it is a very cold Nottingham today. I'm your host and Managing Director of Titan Private Investigation Limited, Simon Henson. If you prefer to listen to podcasts, we are available. It's Titan PITV Podcast, and it's available wherever you download your podcasts. So this week we are running an RQF Level 4 5-day surveillance course. We run 4 of these a year. We run them in association with the IPI, which is the Institute of Professional Investigators, and it's with awarding body Skills for Justice. So we opened the course yesterday. Initially, we welcome the learners. We give them an introduction and then a brief English comprehension test, which we have to do as the course is offered by an awarding body. And we also do a knowledge check. So all of our learners are given access to an online course, which is 17 modules of the theory of surveillance. And they are asked to do this, commence it and complete it prior to attending the course. And it allows them to hit the ground running. So we do a little bit of a knowledge check on that. We then do the first module, which is Principles of Surveillance, which is quite a long one, but quite an important one. And then we move on to communication. So not everybody has used a radio who comes on our courses. So we talk through what the working parts, how you use it, how you change the battery, how you turn it on and off, how you communicate. And then we move on to foot surveillance, which is looking at various tactics. So the ABC formation we use, clearing corners, which is the art of going around a corner without a subject, without being caught out by a subject who may stop round it. And then we move on to stop and plot. So that is when a subject might go into a shop, for example, and we need to put a sterile area around that subject so he can run about, or she can run about. But when that subject exits, they are fully under control by the surveillance team covertly. And we use the mnemonic VINO for that, visual, enter, near side, offside, which will mean more to you if you've done a surveillance course. Then in the evening, we do 2. So we can then go out and we just hammer it, try and get muscle memory involved. So the students are able to competently, by the end of day 1, perform covert foot surveillance. Then in the evening, we have 2 modules. We have preparation and planning, and we also have minimising risk. So yesterday was a long day. Started at 8, then we finished about 6:30 at night. It's a longer one than usual, but we've got a little bit of admin to do in the morning. And then today, when we first came in, we did a log exercise, because logs are really important in surveillance for evidential purposes. So what we do is we have a video running of a live surveillance, and the learners write a log according to what they see. And then they learn how to sign it, debrief it, and close it. And then we moved on to public transport. So we're still covering foot surveillance, which is day 2. But we're now doing foot surveillance across 2 counties, following a subject on public transport. So we've done trains, trams, and buses today. So we're currently out in the city centre. I am under surveillance by the surveillance team, and they're learning how to control me covertly so I don't see them, putting in everything into practice, which we did yesterday. And then this evening, we're going to do an input on law. But it's important to know, or for them to know, what they can and can't do legally and what laws and regulations apply to them. And then we go on to subject identification, which is important. So I don't want to give too much away, because you need to come on one of our courses. It's a 5-day course. We run 4 of them a year. We run them the same months every year: February, May, September and November. So I'll speak to you a little bit later on when I'm on a form of public transport. So until then, see you later. Okay, so one part of yesterday's foot surveillance input was in regards to dealing with a department store. So here we are. John Lewis in Nottingham. Huge department store. So what they should do now is recognise its department store and all enter, because there's multiple exits. Once they've all entered, one of them will stay with me on the floor I'm on, which is the ground floor at the moment. And then what they should do is the other 2 in the team, one should cover the first floor I'm on the second. I've got to be careful filming in here because John Lewis are a bit funny. So hopefully I won't get caught. But if I do, I'll cut you off. So they've got me. I can hear them in my earpiece. I'm on the ground floor in the lighting area. Very nice lights in John Lewis, by the way. Just listen to the radio. And they're covering the first floor, not the second as yet. Yes, that's one of them's gone onto floor 1. There's one that's got control of me on the ground floor. I'm just waiting for the other operative to shout up there going to the second, or maybe they'll go to the third. So the massive hazard in these areas are lifts and escalators. So I'm going to do a lift. See how they get on. I've not heard anyone say they're on the second yet. But what I'm going to do is the lift up to the second. And then the escalator to the third. So here we are, 3 lifts. And 4 floors in all. Only 3 operatives, so they can only cover 3 of the floors.
Oh, thank you.
So I'll wait for another lift. It was a bit silly me talking to myself in a lift. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we've now covered the second floor, so I'm into the lift. I've just heard on the comms that they've put me into the lift. Now they'll be watching the LCD display outside, because I am the only person on this floor, so unless I'm doing anti-surveillance, where it stops is where I get out. So they will see on the LCD display on the ground floor, I've got out of the second. There you go. They've shouted it up. You can't hear it, sorry. Just wait for them to pick me up. Yeah, I've been picked up straight away. I don't know where they are, but they're commentating on me. And they've put me onto the escalator up to floor 3. So now what they need to do is one come up to floor 3, and then they need to cover 2 of the other floors, which will be probably the second floor and the first floor. So I'll just have a wander around this floor, and then I'll come back on just before I get in the lift and I'll go down to ground.